Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to our tutorial where we are trying to do the basics of a top-down shooter. So last time we played, we had a problem that whenever you fire your bullets, the animation starts flipping out. So there was a quick workaround that another pixel maker user taught me, and it worked wonders, and I'm going to teach you that trick right now. It's called clone object. Well, that's what we call it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a second ship that's going to hide underneath this ship, and this ship is going to handle animations, and the second ship is going to handle all the shooting. So it's super easy to do. So we're going to go to animations again, and we're going to build a new animation. I want to call this one the clone. And we go to new, and I made another ship. I tinted it red in Photoshop, and just so we could see where this one is relative to the original. So we're going to open that up, and we're going to center it over here. And for now, we're done. So we go back to player one, and we go to the object settings. Oh, I apologize. We got to make the clone an actual object. So let's just do that real fast. Go to objects, add object, clone, and we're going to have it as the player group. There we go. So we have our clone. Perfect. So we go to player one, and we go back to this little gear right here, and we're going to set something up called connect object. And then we hit OK. And under object connections, we click on it. We give it the name clone. Already did that. Object to connect. When I say clone, this object switch, we're going to leave it as none. So that means it's going to be there forever. And we're going to save. And we're going to hit F5 to run. And now we have the red ship following every single movement we do, minus the animations. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So we're going to exit out of here. And now what we're going to do is give the clone all the shooting actions. So go to action programs. We're going to remove the shooting from the main ship. And we're going to set the clone up for our shooting. All right. So first thing we got to do is set up the clone's connection points. All right, so this is going to be connection point 1, and we're going to rename this as cockpit, and we are going to, let's see, click on here, set as keyframe, specify size and position, and put it right above the cockpit, just like that. All right, we go to objects. And just like we did last time, we're going to set this up to shoot. So let's do that right now. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is set this up as default, just so we know that this is going to be the starting position for everything. And we are going to set up the shooting action. So it's super easy. So we're going to call this single shot, and you'll see why in the next tutorial. And we're going to copy. And we're going to paste, because we're going to create that loop that we did last time. We're going to add the link to the single shot when the following has been inputted, A, okay. And then we're going to copy that link, and we're going to paste it down here and paste it back up. There we go. Now you can see all the links. So when A is pressed, we're going to make sure it's set to the right sprite right there. So when A is pressed, we want this to fire a bullet from the cockpit. Now you'll notice that our bullet is not set up just like the first time. So under clone, just like we did last time, we're going to add bullet shot settings, hit OK. Go to bullet settings, and we're going to add bullet 1. We're going to call it red laser, just like we did with the first one. And we're going to set it up the same way we did last time. 900% speed with no limit for how many bullets are allowed in the scene. And go back to the action programs and red laser from the cockpit connection point. All right, and we're going to do the same thing right here, red laser, cockpit. Perfect. And like we did last time, we're just going to have another condition setting set up where it's going to give us that little pause in between every shot. So after, where is it? After a certain time passes, again, we're going to do 25. And change if all conditions are met. 0.25. Now we have ourselves the loop, so we can hold down the fire button and it'll continuously shoot. And let's test that out. Pew, 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 pew. There we go. It's working. But you'll notice that the bullet speed is still screwed up, so let's see what caused that. Alright, it was a very simple solution, and that was all on us. We sped right through this. We forgot to click on change move speed. And while we're here, I think we should set this up to shoot in a fixed direction so there's no errors in the programming code later on. So we put the movement speed up, and now we should get ourselves... There we go. Now we don't have any jittery emotions when you are working on the shooting. So what you want to do now is go to your animation, click on the clone, go to the frame, and lower the opacity all the way down. All right. Then you hit play, and there you go. You can adjust the cockpit to match the movements of the primary ship as best to your desire. But this seems pretty accurate right now. Matches up with the main ship's animations pretty well. And we have constant fluid animation. So there you go. That's how you use the connection settings to parent an object to another object, and it fixes our little animation. So the next step we're going to do in our tutorial, in our next tutorial, is a power-up, and that's going to work with variables, and it's going to work with different connection points and how to program that. So please tune in for the next tutorial on how to set up a power-up and multiple connection points. Thank you for joining me today. I am Mazer, and we'll see you guys next time.